Hey guys, this is Kamaguno, and today I'm doing a review for Revenge. So let's talk about this episode. With this episode of Revenge, we get to see that Emily and Victoria have to work together to defeat Malcolm Black. And by the end of the episode, they all do work together to defeat him, and Malcolm Black is pretty much dead. Shot and thrown into a flame. So even in Revenge, where everyone comes back to life, he is officially dead, it seems. And also we get to see Ben and Jack kind of save the day, and help Emily and Victoria and David kill Malcolm. In another story, the other two stories going on is Louise might not be exactly who she is. She just got hitched to Nolan, and it seems like she killed her own father. So is she crazy? Is she not crazy? Big question. And then the last story has to do with Margot. She wants revenge for Daniel, which Daniel probably wouldn't want to happen anyways, but Margot wants to bring Emily to jail, and Victoria's just like, I'm kind of done with this, but you do what you gotta do. But what did I think about the episode as a whole? Let's break this down into pieces. Let's, of course, tackle the main story here, which is Victoria and Emily's story. I liked it. You know, I like that we get to see Emily and Victoria work together after four seasons of them hating each other's guts. They don't like each other, but they kind of respect each other in a way. I kind of wanted to see a bit more talking with them, a bit more emotions coming up in this episode, especially since they're using this tool of bringing them literally together into a room where they have to talk to each other. And I feel like there could have been more emotions here. But the action was pretty good, even though I felt like Emily was a bit helpless this episode. I mean, she's supposed to be like this kung fu master, and you do get to see some of her kung fu-ness. But she honestly needs the guys to help her, and I don't feel like that's always been Emily's character, and I would have liked to see Emily do a little bit more to defeat the big bad. But I'm glad we got some action scenes with her, but I feel it was a little weird that she didn't do as much as I expected. She was kind of sidelined in a way, but she still did enough. You know, the thing wouldn't have happened, Malcolm wouldn't have died without her, but I still wanted to see a little bit more with Emily fighting, because we don't get to see enough action in this show, although I feel like this season we have seen a bit more action. And that means Malcolm's dead. You know, a character I thought personally was going to last until the end of the season ends here. So it's interesting to see how the season's moving so quickly. Is it good that it's moving quickly? Hell yeah. But it also means, do they have an initial story arc for a season? I think that's a bit of a problem, but it's a soap opera, so you know, there's a lot of moving stories and moving pieces in a soap opera type show. So I'm okay with that. But I'm glad that the story is very much progressing, because that's when Revenge is the best. And also I think Victoria as a character was kind of the MVP here, and I'll get to Ben also, but Victoria was definitely the MVP because I like that you really don't know what's going through her mind. You know, even though David betrayed her, she's like, you know, I understand. Does she really understand, or does she have a plot up her sleeve? But also when Emily is about to die, she's screaming like, no, Emily, don't die. So does she care for Emily in some way? Maybe because Daniel's cared for her, or maybe, you know, they actually do like each other in some way. It's an interesting dynamic. And again, I think that most powerful scene was when Victoria was scared that Emily was going to die. So I thought that was a big moment. And then Victoria also just helping in the situation of trying to kill Malcolm. So, and also just like the way she talks to Margot, she's like, I'm kind of done with this. Is it because of Daniel's death that she's not going to be the villain and Margot will be? So let's get to that. Margot being the villain. I don't know how to feel about that. I understand her revenge plot. It's like, oh my god, Daniel's my love. Even though, like, an episode before Daniel died, she hated him. But when she finds out she's pregnant, she's like, oh my god, Daniel, he died because of Emily. I need revenge. So I don't know if Margot's the character I would have liked to seen that with. I think they need to develop her a lot more, but at least it's progressing this revenge story, what the show's all about. So we'll see where Margot goes. I'm a little iffy on her. But Ben, as a character, I thought improved a lot now that he's in the inner circle. And I kind of like him as a love interest. I mean, I like Jack as a love interest. I really like Daniel as a love interest. Obviously, he's dead now, and his character changed so much throughout the series. And I'm still okay with Jack, but I kind of like them more as friends at this point. So seeing Ben as a love interest for Emily, I think will be an interesting change, and I think much better than Aiden. So I like the direction Ben's going, and he could be an interesting character. And finally, he's like become interesting, because I didn't love him beforehand. I didn't really see his part, but now I'm seeing his part a bit more in the series. And then that leaves us with Louise, which kind of annoys me. You know, I think Louise has improved since the beginning of the season, but at the same time, I don't know what they're doing with her. I think they're just trying to have Nolan have his own story arc, but I'd rather have Nolan be with Emily. Like, I feel their dynamic is so great, and we haven't seen enough of it this season. So to have him with Louise, I like that it's showing Nolan's personality of trying to help this person, but at the same time, I don't know what to think about Louise, and I feel like that's a story that's dragging a bit also. But overall, there's some really interesting dynamics here, and it was an interesting episode. So, hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. Of course, I have a review for Revenge next week, and this is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, in the description below, there's links for my comic book, like Father Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.